Attack on New York.
We got multiple casualties. This is a mass casualty situation here.
Mangled bikes after innocent cyclists are mowed down.
Be advised, we have multiple people on the ground.
A truck used as a deadly weapon. It's believed to be a lone wolf terror attack.
You can't be safe anywhere.
Now New Yorkers show their strength by coming together.
I'm sorry, I'm a mom. Can I hug you?
I'm glad you're okay too.
And a resolve to never let the terrorists win.
We have been tested before as a city very near the site of today's tragedy, and New Yorkers do not give in.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. We're getting new information on the attack, the deadliest in our city since 9/11. Here is the very latest that we know right now. 8 people were killed, 12 hurt. Many of the victims were from Argentina, here in New York to celebrate their 30th high school reunion. We've also just learned the suspect was a driver for Uber.
This map gives you a sense of just how far he traveled. After crashing onto that bike path, he drove nearly a mile downtown, ultimately crashing at West and Chambers.
And we have live pictures now from Chopper 2 over the scene at West Street and Chambers in Lower Manhattan. The Home Depot truck the suspect used is still there, and most of that area is still shut down.
We have a team of reporters covering the very latest on the investigation tonight. We begin with Tony Aiello live in Lower Manhattan. Tony.
Maurice, as Christine said, we've learned 5 of the dead are from the city of Rosario, Argentina. All high school friends who were in New York City for a trip to celebrate their 30th reunion. They were cut down by a man who turned a 6,500-pound pickup truck into a weapon of mass destruction.
Broken bicycles littered the path. Imagine what happened to the people riding them.
There were 3 bicycles, and they were destroyed to a point where I didn't know that bicycles could be destroyed in such a way. One of them was completely bent in half.
A pedestrian hit at Pier 40 between West Houston and Clarkson.
Just after 3, police radio frequencies exploded with calls for help and warning.
Central, be advised, we have multiple people on the ground from Chambers all the way up to Houston. All the way from Houston to Chambers.
Police say 29-year-old Seyfulo Saipov, behind the wheel of a rental truck, targeted innocent victims in a bike lane, the trail of terror stretching 14 blocks. When Saipov finally jumped out of the truck, sources say he yelled, "Allahu Akbar," Arabic for God is great. Many of the victims were on city bikes, their ride on a beautiful fall afternoon tragically putting them on a collision course with a madman.
It's a very painful day in our city. Horrible tragedy on the west side. Let me be clear that based on the information we have at this moment, this was an act of terror.
At nearby Borough of Manhattan Community College, horrified students watched the attack unfold through classroom windows.
To know that this could happen anytime, any day, is really scary.
The Halloween terror ended after Saipov crashed his rental truck into a small school bus, injuring 2 adults and 2 students, one of them critically. 1st Precinct Officer Ryan Nash confronted Saipov and shot him when the suspect refused to drop his weapons, BB and paintball guns.
I want to commend the response of our NYPD officer that was on post near the location who stopped the carnage moments after it began.
We've learned Saipov had a Florida driver's license, but may have been staying in New Jersey. Sources say he left a note in his rental truck pledging allegiance to ISIS, which has called on jihadis to carry out attacks with trucks. Now, an intense investigation into Saipov, his path to radicalization, and the terror that visited a part of the city still recovering from 9/11.
Today, there was a loss of innocent life in Lower Manhattan. The dead and injured were just going about their days, heading home from work or from school or enjoying the afternoon sun on bicycles. This is a tragedy of the greatest magnitude.
Back live at the scene with a live look at the truck, which is still parked at the intersection of Chambers Street and West Side Highway. The man behind the wheel, Seyfulo Saipov, is reportedly from the former Soviet Republic of Uzbekistan. That Central Asian nation has been a prime recruiting site for ISIS. And tonight, a key question for investigators: did Saipov have help planning these attacks? Live in Lower Manhattan, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.